So for starters, tell us what you do and what inspired you to start this business.
I am one of the owners and booksellers at Hyperbole Bookstore in College Station.
Well, I am the owner here at Sweet Repeat Resale.
I run a bakery out of my home under the Texas cottage law. My business name is Icing on the Cake.
What inspired me to start the business, I had gotten into resale when I lost my job during COVID, and I was selling furniture.
My mom and I opened this business together about 2 years ago.
The start was actually decades ago. I was very interested in cake decorating.
We're both huge book people and we've worked in publishing.
I watched my daughter get into the vintage game, but I paid attention, kind of what she was buying, and it was like stuff from when I was young.
I happened to be stationed in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma at Tinker Air Force Base, and they were having a little community college class on cake decorating, and I joined it.
And that's kind of what got me into the clothing side of it.
And I discovered that not only did I love it, I was really good at it.
And when we realized there still wasn't an independent bookstore in College Station, we decided this was the moment to bring one here.
Has your passion evolved or changed since you started the business?
Most definitely.
Yes.
I think definitely.
I've been here 2 years, and it's completely changed. Prices have fluctuated, fashion has changed, trends have changed.
My life changed and I became a single mom, and having to raise my kids, I did pursue a higher income profession.
In terms of my passion for books, it's sort of shifted with what our clientele is most interested in.
As my son was finishing up at Texas A&M, moving out, I realized it's now or never. And there was some excitement, also some fear going full-time doing this. I didn't have that steady paycheck anymore.
It's not easy. You can't stay ahead. There's no way. You get lucky every now and then, but I've been paying attention to my daughter.
I come from a background in children's publishing, so most of my focus was middle grade and young adult literature. But as I've worked on events here and met so many of our grown-up readers, then I've started reading a lot more fantasy. I never read much before, and now it is like half of what I read because I have to keep up with these people.
Also switched my goal from having a brick and mortar bakery to having a food truck.
You have to constantly be switching gears.
So yes, definitely it's kind of changed, evolved over the years, but still the decorating and the baking is still the same passion.
Has there been a time when you questioned your passion or felt like giving up? How did you push through?
Absolutely, yes.
Not since opening the bookstore.
No, I don't quit. It takes a lot for me to stop doing something I want.
There are days when it is so hard.
In my previous life, then I was working as a full-time author, which is a slightly more difficult path.
Many Friday nights I don't get any sleep. I deal sometimes with rude customers, which is the case in every business. You learn to kind of roll with those.
I think I questioned whether that was what I wanted to be doing.
I many times thought about, is this worth it?
If God blesses me to wake up today, then I'm going to go and do the best that I can today.
I will get an email, a text from a happy customer. This is what makes those hard days and nights worth it.
Which is where the bookstore came from.
When you look at this little store, it's me. This is something I've wanted. This is my inside of my head, so I can't quit. If one day God decides it's not for me, then it is what it is. But until then, I got to give it everything I got, and I enjoy it, so why stop?
What advice would you give to someone trying to turn their passion into a career?
When you find something that you love and that the world needs and that you're good at, I say go for it.
Find what you like to do. Find what makes you happy, and eventually money will be there.
I am lucky in that my passion for literature translates into a career.
For anyone that maybe needs a way to finance it, let your primary job finance your secondary.
So I think if you can find ways to bring passion into your career, that's wonderful. But I also think for so many people, your passions can just be your passions.
If you have the passion and drive, you can definitely make it happen. The key to it is work. You have to work.
What legacy do you hope your passion and business will leave behind?
If anybody learns anything from my little store, or people that I get to talk to, young people, is not to be greedy.
I hope we've been able to create some more readers and introduce the young people in the Brazos Valley to some new books that they haven't seen before, and hopefully other points of views and perspectives that maybe they wouldn't have encountered outside of a book.
I hope that the message of hard work, work ethic, do the right thing, be honest in your business, and a little bit of grit and determination and passion for what you do. I hope that rubs off on them.
That is what I hope it'll grow into that. It'll get back to where thrifting is fun and not so marketed. I don't want that for my store. I don't want that feeling of that in my store. And that's why I negotiate. I bundle price. I try to work with with my customers' budget.
I just hope that I'm inspiration for someone that maybe wants to run a business from their home, a cottage bakery, or something completely different.
Making sure that young people see themselves represented on the shelves and have access to those books. So I think that's something we're always working on doing more of here, and I hope that's something that gets left behind.
I want the experience to be fun.
Amazing. And what was your name?
Kalena Miller.
My name is Leslie Donovan.
Michael Cordova.
Michael, it's nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.